welcome to the Newcastle Allotment Show. I'm Ian Campbell, a beekeeper with Newcastle and District Beekeepers Association. Thought I'd take a chance this morning to talk you through having a look at some bees in what this is, or these are, which are national beehives. Beehives are kind of just a bunch of wooden boxes. This lower box is the box that the queen lives in all year round. It's called a brood box. Then we've got a little board we put in between, which is called a queen excluder, and then we've got the upper boxes, which are the supers, where the honey's stored. So we'll just have a little look in and see what's going on in these hives. We have to check the hives in summer about every 7 days, because there is a chance that honeybees want to swarm. If we can avoid that, we do everything we can too, because we lose half our bees, we won't get a honey crop, and swarms are a bit scary for the public. So the upper box, we can judge by what's the weight of it, whether there's anything much in there. This one's fairly light, this is a fairly small colony, and we just stack it out the way for the moment. The queen excluder, as I say, that just keeps the queen in the lower box, which is her nursery where she lays her eggs and raises her young. That comes off. We check the underside that she's not on there, because we don't want to put her outside the hive. And then we go through these frames in a hive. Now the outer frame is called a dummy board, and that's just a blank to fill in the empty space. Oops. So we use a smoker on bees. The smoke just pacifies them. If they think there's kind of like a forest fire nearby, they'll fill with honey. That makes them less prone to stinging. It also masks their alarm pheromone, which masks their communication to get cross with you. So in an empty frame, the outside frames are normally empty. Got a little bit of sealed honey up there, and a little bit of nectar. But nothing much is happening on an outer frame. So we can check these frames fairly quickly on these outer ones because they're largely empty. As I say, this is a fairly small colony, and we need to make a decision relatively soon whether it's going to be strong enough to make it through winter or whether it's going to need some help. So on a frame like this, we've got some sealed honey, we've got some lovely coloured pollen, we've got some purple, which is probably Phacelia, and we've got some yellow, not sure what that's from. We've got a mixture of bees, so we've got some drones with the fairly big bees. They're the boys. There's only a few hundred of those in a hive. Most of the bees you see, all the bees around this area, are female workers. Drone there, female workers there. Boys are bigger, and the female workers do pretty much everything in the hive. They raise the young, they look after the queen, and they go and forage when they're a bit older. Often once you've seen a frame like that with a load of pollen on it, the next frame you see has got young unhatched bees in it. And here we've got sealed brood, and there we've got a bee with pollen on its back legs. Oh, and down here we've got the queen. We put a blue mark on her to make her easier to find in the hive. So she's quite a nice queen. Sealed brood there, some unsealed brood around it. And on the other side, oh, queen's popped over onto the other side as well now. And sealed brood there and unsealed brood, so that's good. So we've popped that frame in ever so carefully. There's only ever one queen in a hive, almost always, very occasionally not. So she's precious and we don't want to do her any damage. Nice frame of brood there. This here is called a queen cup, and we just check those to see if there's anything in them, because we don't want there to be a swarm. At this time of year, we're in August now, it's unlikely, but we just check. So nice frame of sealed brood there. On the second frame, see how much brood we've got in this colony. And on the third frame there, so we've got brood, nectar stored around and pollen stored around, because they put the food sources near where they need it to feed the young. Same again on that side. In summer, a honeybee colony can build up to about 40, 50, 60,000 bees. This one is not anywhere near that. This is probably about 20,000 or so or less. Nothing but pollen on that frame. And I can see from the last few frames there's not a lot going on there. And that's a quick look around a honeybee colony. If you want to know more about bees, then come to our Facebook page, Newcastle District Beekeepers, our website or our WhatsApp. And if you've got any questions, we're happy to ask. It's always nice to meet new people who are interested in beekeeping. Thanks very much.